5. The title of this vlog is going to be about divorce. I am just continuing this series that I have started. Vlog 4 had just roughly ended, and I guess talking about it during that day was reliving a lot of the pain that I had gone through, and I was remembering things that I wasn't sharing with you for the fact some of it was sort of graphic, and those will be future vlogs with different titles. Divorce is a very, very difficult thing for everybody. Divorce is not easy unless you are in a healthy situation and you're both in agreement and there's no really problems with the lawyers or going through, going back and forth during court and fighting over custody, going through parenting classes. I had to experience parenting classes. I had to take a 2-hour course, and I learned a lot, and I was very, very happy that the state of Kansas had that. I wish the state of Kansas would make a law for men and women. If they are in an abusive situation, let's say they're renting or leasing a home, they can get out of that contract, and they cannot, and they have evidence like a protection order, that they are not being found in a situation like abuse, or they're not being charged as in, God, I lost the words and I apologize. You're not in abandoning the situation and they can't come after you with that. You have a legal reason for your safety. Now, when I had, just to go back on that, the time when I had lost my apartment there in May, I didn't realize how bad it was. And that will probably be in vlog 6 of when I left Kansas to go to Nebraska when my sister came and got me. So today is vlog 5, and I'm continuing this scenario, or the situation that I was experiencing. I am still in March, April, May, well, March, yeah, it was March of 2013. My daughter was pregnant, and at this time I was sleeping upstairs. I was not wanting a relationship with him. He was sleeping downstairs. I was upstairs with this individual. And I was working at the grocery store, and I was trying to, this is the game. And the game was, that I'm going to call it, was chess. It wasn't a form of using him. It was trying to battle the divorce, and I'm still married, and I'm battling the situation that I'm in a very, very abusive situation. Believe it or not, it was horrific. There's times where I would wake up in the middle of the night and he's standing over me, or he is fighting with me purposely. I'm not even in a relationship with him, but I'm living there because there's nowhere else I can go thinking. And I don't ever, I have to stress this to any of you, ladies and gentlemen, have to stress this. There are places to go. I was too proud, and I was not making smart decisions. And I want you to learn from my mistakes that I did incorrectly. I can state I did that wrong, and I will owe up to that. I did not, and there's reasons, and I will state to you the reason why I thought I was doing it was making me stronger. And I had stated before in other vlogs that I was dancing with the devil. I'm going to tell you that it wasn't, it was just building. That fire was building. That ugliness was getting bigger. And I had, so when I tell you there are resources out there, I cannot stress that enough. I pray for anyone who is going through this or facing this or who knows that someone's going through this. There are resources. There are shelters. I know you might be prideful, but don't be like me. Take yourself out of a situation, because they will give you the tools. They will give you what you are needing. It might not be luxury, but they will give you the tools that you need, the safety that you need to get out of that. So you don't have to go through that. I should have. Maybe I had to go through it, so I'm able to do this today to help, hopefully help somebody. You don't deserve that. You don't. On March 27th, March is such a wonderful month for me. I'm being very facetious. The auto accident happened to me in the month of March. It's just a wake-up call. God's saying, you know what? You need a wake-up call. Come back to reality. This individual had taken my vehicle, not purposely, but I did state it was okay to drive it. And he comes back probably, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes later. I don't remember the time frame. A lot of that is, I don't remember. And he comes in and he goes, I was in an accident. No, you weren't. Yeah, I was in an accident. Even though how ugly and evil this individual was, I still had a big heart. I was still playing the game. I was playing the game. I had to fake it. A lot of times when you're in a marriage, going through a divorce, or getting yourself prepared financially, stashing money or getting resources, you have to play the game. I knew what kind of individual this person was now. I knew his schemes. I knew that he manipulated people. So I had to fake it. And it was very tiring. Very tiring. There's time in my life or during that time I'm thinking, God, please, why? Why am I going through this? So then he came back and he had said he wrecked it, and I didn't believe him, and he showed me, and it was T-boned on the driver's side. I don't know how he got it. I have no idea. And it wasn't drivable. It sat in the garage. This is March, remind you. That sat in the garage the following year till April. So then what happened was I had called up my husband and he was living with the woman that he was having the affair with, and he was in hog heaven that I thought of, You just assume, don't always assume that that individual is, happy. But anyway, he goes, oh no, I've already paid it off. You're driving, so you should be having insurance on it. I go, excuse me? And he goes, yeah, you have insurance. You are responsible for that vehicle. You are driving it. That's what you wanted in the divorce. You have it, so you need to be paying the insurance on it. And I remember telling you, don't change any of your paperwork. You cannot cancel anything. You have to continue paying on a policy. It's law. It's law. They have to. Just letting you know. Those are your rights. I wasn't okay, and I just lost it. Meaning, I don't have any source of transportation. And I'm going to say this out here, and it's going to sound really sick, but I really feel in the deep of my heart that he did it on purpose to control me, because he knew. He knew. They know when you're trying to get yourself prepared to get out of a situation. He knew I wasn't in it. I was faking it. So he was playing it back. He knew. So how is he going to keep me there? Take what she has last as independence. So I went online and I looked, he goes, well, you can ride the bus system, and this is going to be in further logs about the bus. So I had to, he goes, well, I'll teach you everything, because this person, he rode the bus. He was familiar of the bus. That's how he got around. He didn't have a vehicle. He rode his bike, or he took the bus. So I went online and I found a woman who was selling a 3-speed. And the ironic thing about this, if any of you are following me, I have that bike today. I painted it yellow and I put flowers in it. But that was the beginning of, how you, on a chess game, I am losing men. I am losing a lot of men. I just lost probably a good night. Walking back and forth to work, in the weather. My daughter was pregnant. Hunter was born on the 23rd of April, and I was so embarrassed. I can only imagine what my children felt. I'm grateful today that Kathy, who is Nathan's mom, the other grandmother, who came and picked me up that day when Sydney went into labor. Very, very grateful that they were very supportive. There's some things that I will discuss with you in different vlogs about. Be careful where the ones that you felt who are your support team, who are very, very judgmental, that can really kick you in the gut and really make you spiral, thinking they are your support team, but actuality they aren't, because you're not being honest with them. They had no clue the abuse I was getting from this individual. They didn't understand the environments that I was in or being put into. You have to be honest with your support team. If your support team, and that's one thing I'm stressing in the beginning and the end of this, there's a saying, make sure you get somebody who is spiritually safe and mentally safe, that you can go to and is going to be blatantly honest with you, and hopefully they don't give up on you. And I have that person, and that person's Linda. She never ever gave up on me, even though she wanted to, she never did. And that's something that I want you to take consideration when you decide to leave in an abusive situation or go through a divorce. You really, really need to owe that to yourself, is be honest at least with one person. Because they're going to say things that you're not going to like, but you got to hear them. They're going to tell you what you don't want to hear, but you got to trust them. You have to. So after losing the vehicle, hearing that, you know, the husband had canceled everything, and you lost your independence, you are now have a bike, and feeling, this is me feeling embarrassed and angry, resentful. I was shutting down. And I was just trying to make it through the day, just trying to make it through the next day. And when that individual would come up and wake me up in the middle of the night and just trying to cause chaos and me not having sleep for days, you know, it plays mind games. So August 23rd, 2013. I was attacked. This is a very touchy situation, and I want to explain to you. Unwanted sex, or when you say the word no, it's rape. No ands, if, buts about it. You're being attacked. On this day, I was talking to Linda, and he was just getting at me, and just I was done. I mean, my self-esteem was almost shot. I was just barely hanging on, barely. And he goes, I want to have a conversation with you. I know Linda's coming over. I'm not having a talk with you. And he stated, no, we are having a talk, and you can tell Linda to leave. I go, no, I'm not. And Linda was already on her way. And I really, a lot of it, I don't remember. I think it's just I blacked out. Somehow there was yelling and screaming and in my face situation, and I made this stupid decision. Just I wanted to keep myself busy before Linda got there. So what I did, which I wasn't thinking. I went downstairs, started cleaning the litter box, and he followed me, and I should never have done that. And he came behind me, and he grabbed me. And I told him to let me go, and he bear hugged me, and he carried me into his room, and he threw me on the bed, and he jumped on top of me, and I was screaming and yelling, and somehow, some way, I got away. I knew Linda was upstairs. I had a gut feeling that was my way out. And I couldn't hide anymore. He was a check. He messed me up. And Linda came running out of the truck. And I said, let's go. Let's go. And she goes, what happened? And I go, let's just go. And she goes, no, you need to tell me what happened. And I go, I just need to go. Got in the truck and she goes, Jay, you need to tell me what happened. And I told her he attacked me. And next thing I remember being at the police station. Next scene, I remember them questioning me. Next scene, I remember the police had gone, and they go, they're radioing back and forth, and they go, he's not answering the door. Next scene, I'm asked, can we have your key? I go, you can go in. Gave him my key to go get him. Next scene, I'm taken to the ER. And I remember my daughter, and it hurt me so bad. But she didn't know everything I was going through. And I can't blame her. But she was like the adult and telling me, you might not have deserved this, or, Mom, what were you thinking? And, this is bothering me, and stop crying. I couldn't tell the kids everything. They don't know everything. Kids don't need to know everything. But I want them to understand. I didn't pick him over them. I never did. And I want you, as you going through this, sometimes we have to make the right choice. I didn't make all the right choices. But your babies come first. I can only stress that. You have resources. If you need help, contact me. I will help you in your area to find resources, because there's no way in hell I'd want you to go through what I went through, ever. Ever. I'm taken down to the police station. They have him now. They had to break in. He was hiding in the bathroom. They took all the bedding. They took my clothes. They put him in jail. That was one night. The first night for a long time. And this sounds really sick. But I felt safe because he was locked up. I called my sister Mary, and I told her about the situation, and she goes, what are you needing from me? And I said, I need to have you come get me. I need to leave. Now remind you, I'm still married. Divorce hasn't been filed yet. He is fighting it because of He was prolonging it. And I wasn't being smart enough to put my foot down and say, no, this is what we need to get done, and this is what's going to happen. And you need to make sure, remind you, I was going through the state, and my lawyers are going back, I'm getting lawyers new every 2 months or every other week because I was going through state assistance. You have to manage your care. You have to manage your care. That's divorce, your health, your life. You have to be on top of it. You cannot expect anyone else to do it for you. So before I end this vlog, for my next chapter, when you are in an abusive situation, and when you are manipulated or you have low self-esteem, you're spiritually not okay. You are craving attention. Craving. You're seeking attention. I just lost another key. On my chest. My sister showed up probably around 11 or 12, and now I remind you, I left everything. I left everything. 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 Exception of a TV, my DVDs, my clothes, and my 2 cats. So I'm going to end it here. Vlog 6 is going to be the miracle on 69th Street. And that's actually a street there in Omaha. Giving you too much already, but anyway. Come back. Remember, you do have rights. You're not going crazy. And it's okay to ask for help. Learn from my mistakes. Ask for help.